Greetings, 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 beloveds. Here we are. Okay, we're here. We're here. We're ready. We're doing this. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone, to this now moment. Let's see who's here. Elsie is here. Welcome, Elsie. Elishiva is here. Yes, Grace. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Welcome, welcome, Elishiva. And let's take a moment, everyone, as we listen to our opening. I am that I am. Recognizing the I am presence as life itself. I am that. The presence of God saying, I am that I am. Feel into this moment. Come on in, everyone. Come on in, come on in. I see 4 of you are here. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. The I am presence revealing itself as its own creation. I am the presence of God. I am the creator. I am this presence revealing itself as each one of us, as Elsie, as Elishiva, as Lenoris. Lenoris, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so, as this vibration continues, let us tap in, let us turn inwards, let us take a moment to pause and pray. Grateful for this opportunity to come together on this magnificent Monday. Grateful for the awareness that there is a presence and a power that is absolute. This presence and this power is in all, as all, recognizing that it is everywhere. God is the seen and the unseen. Creator is the seen and the unseen. Most High is the seen and the unseen. Now, whatever name you may call the presence, the creative force of the universe, it is the seen and the unseen, and I am the seen. I am the version of this presence, and I know this same truth is you. You are the seen. You are the seen idea in the mind of God. You are the seen idea in the mind and heart of the Creator. The outpicturing of how good God is as you. And so we're grateful for tonight as we activate and recognize grace, that grace is here and now, that grace is always following us, sustaining us, maintaining us. In all circumstances, there is grace. And so we're grateful for this amazing grace. How sweet the sound. And so it is. Ashe. So it is. Welcome, Susan. I am that I am. It is such a reminder song, everyone, reminding us of the good, of the peace, of the joy. Yes. Thank you for that statement. Karimu is here as well. Welcome, Karimu. Just feel that beat. Beautiful. And so we've prayed in. I am Reverend Arlene Cecilia Hilton. My spiritual name is Full Lotus, and I'm so grateful to be here. I spent some time on the phone with a cousin today who I haven't really talked to for a while. We had our second family reunion in 2018, and I haven't seen her since. And today I called her just to check in. There was a Facebook request, and I called her to see if it was real. And then we ended up talking, I think it was 2 hours. So good for me to spend some time with family. I don't get to do that very often. So I'm in gratitude for that sweet call with my cousin. Let's see. Karimu, where are you? Because you're saying God morning. It is a good God moment, and it's morning somewhere. So I'm wondering where you are, where you're saying God morning to us. And that was one of my sayings back in the day. I would say it's a good God morning. Now I say grand rising, but I kind of go back and forth because grand rising to me, I've said it before, is we are rising up. We are rising up every morning. We rise to a new day, just like the sun rises. So that's why I say grand rising. So we'll find out where he is. Karimu is somewhere living his best life, I'm sure. On that note, tonight is on grace. I have some quotes on grace, and I have the definition of grace. Christina is here. Welcome, Christina. Blessings and blessings to you. So, this definition is the metaphysical definition of the word grace. It is by Charles Fillmore, and I will read you that definition momentarily. And it was really beautiful, simple yet beautiful. Let's see who else is with us. Oh, you're in town. Okay, so it's a good God morning. It is, wherever we are. Yes, good to see you. Good to see all of you here. And I see, let's see, some of you are on YouTube. Elsie is on YouTube. Who else? Elishiva, Lenores, Karimu is on YouTube. Yes, yes, yes. And then we have Christina on Facebook. Susan is on Facebook. All right, I see a lot of you are utilizing the YouTube. And this is interesting. Sometimes when I'm uploading, I just want you to know that sometimes Facebook doesn't upload. So I have to go back in, and it takes a little time, where YouTube just takes it in right away. So again, eventually I'll be all the way over on YouTube. But right now, I'm grateful to have you wherever you are. On that note, here is the metaphysical definition of grace. And so this is a Charles Fillmore definition. It says grace. What is grace? Grace is goodwill, favor, disposition to show mercy, aid from God in the process of regeneration. By grace have you been saved. That is a biblical quote. By grace you have been saved. Here's another one. Grace and truth came through. This is Charles Fillmore saying that grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. That's John chapter 1, verse 17. That is the real saving, the real redeeming, the transforming. It's the transforming power that came to humanity through the work that Jesus did in establishing for the race a new and higher consciousness in the earth. We can enter into this consciousness by faith in God, by faith in a higher power, by faith in the Creator, and by means of the inner spirit. Wow. By means of the inner spirit. One moment, everyone. It says, the inner spirit of the law that God taught and practiced, that Jesus taught and practiced. So we can enter into this consciousness by faith in the teachings of Jesus the Christ and by means of the inner spirit of the law that Yeshua taught and practiced. What was the practice? Well, one of the practices I know is forgiveness. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. While nailed to a cross, being able to forgive. And how often are we willing to forgive? That is grace, as well as love. When the question was asked, what is the greatest commandment of them all? To love thy God with all thy strength and all thy mind, and to love thy neighbor as thyself. That is also a form of grace. Yet grace carries you through all life experiences. Grace shows up, and then there's grace. So I have some beautiful quotes for you. The first quote is, in a flash of the eye, laughter, or a tear, no effort needed, no self to seek, just grace remains, right? So we don't have to look for grace, we don't have to beg for grace. Grace shows up. It transcends all mistakes and misunderstandings. And I know that each one of you has experienced grace in your life. I know that. And maybe we may not call it grace. Some may say, oh, there was a miracle, or I use the term coincidence and, serendipity. But there's a grace that can unfold in our life that will carry us through any circumstances. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, no matter what age you are, no matter what culture you're from, no matter what your financial background, grace is available to all of us. Here's another one. This is unknown. Grace can never be possessed, but can only be received afresh again and again. And so grace comes again and again and again. I was actually looking for the updated version. The song Amazing Grace. There is a line in that song where it says, Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, how sweet the soul that saves and sets us free. But there's another one that says, that saves a wretch like me. And I know that Unity got rid of that term, a wretch, because we are not wretches. And they changed that to amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saves and sets us free. We are freed by grace. Grace frees us, it liberates us into more good than we can even imagine, more peace, more joy. And so I wanted to bring our attention to grace. Number one, to acknowledge that grace has happened in our life. That's number one. And number two, to know that grace is still with us throughout our life experience. We can experience more grace. I want to put up one more quote for you. And this quote is, there's a power which inspires the heart, enlightens the mind, and sanctifies human character. It is the power of grace. Grace saves and sets us free. Now, once we've experienced grace, it doesn't mean we go back and do the same thing over and over again. What it means is we have a new state of consciousness. We have a new way of being, that we allow ourselves to move into our new expansion, to know that grace opens us up more for more grace. And so on that note, let's go ahead and get still. Let's allow ourselves to be still and to know that right where we are, grace is. Right where we are, grace is. Are you ready to get still? To be still with me, become still. Let's sit in the presence. And so we allow ourselves to relax our lower bodies, to relax our shoulders, to relax your jaw, to relax your tongue against the roof of your mouth, to relax the muscles around your eyes, to relax your forehead, and just let yourself be. Let yourself be in the grace. Yes. Amazing grace. Yes. Amazing grace saves and sets us free. We are free. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and relax the entire body. Repeat in your mind, I am carried and sustained by grace. I am carried and sustained by grace. I am carried and sustained by grace. Let's feel that holy breath. Feel the breath. I am freed by the grace of God. I am freed by the grace of God. I am freed by the grace of God. God's grace goes before me and makes my way. God's grace goes before me and makes my way easy. God's grace goes before me and makes my way easy. I live by grace. I live by grace. I live by grace. And so, how grateful we are for this time of stillness. Grateful this moment to pause and acknowledge the beauty of the Creator, awakening us to the knowing that grace is available to each one of us, that we are all carried by grace. Everything that we need for life of fulfillment is available in this now moment. Grateful for the divine grace of God that is with us always. And so we let go in this moment with ultimate gratitude and thankfulness, grateful for the amazing grace. And we let it be. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. Ashe. Ashe, ashe. So as you bring your attention back to the room, bring your awareness to grace being available to you right now and always. And so it is. And so we're speaking on grace. All right. So let's check in. All right. 10 p.m. New York. Hey, Mama Ree, welcome back. It's been a minute. Yes, Patry. Yes, yes, yes. I see a lot of people came in while we started. Aloha, Patry. Janice is in the house. It's a good God evening, Janice. Yes, yes, yes. Good, great, grand, and glorious God evening. Loving that. Yes, yes, yes. And so it is. So, what does grace bring up for you when you hear grace? What does that bring to you? While I'm waiting for your answer, Michelle Joy is here. We celebrated her son, who was in my teen room as a teenager, and he's now 33. That tells you something. And I spent time with a young adult yesterday who came with her children to Agape, who was in my teen room when she was younger. So, wow. Time, something that doesn't exist, but it sure shows up. All right. So, how are you feeling after focusing on grace? I'm going to put up a few more quotes and we'll see what you think. Did I read this one already? Let's see. There is a power which inspires the heart, enlightens the mind, and sanctifies human character. It is the power of grace. Yes, I read that already, but it definitely can read that again. That's Paul Burnton. Yes, so that is another quote. And then I have another one for you. Grace is the kindling of the heart and the illuminating of the mind. That's John S. Doon. I love that. Let's put that one up again. Grace is the kindling of the heart and the illuminating of the mind. John S. Doon. Let's see, a few people have said, let's see what you're speaking on. Susan, it says, chains falling away and freeing me, feeling free. Beautiful, because grace liberates us. It moves us from guilt. It moves us out of shame. It allows us to be in a space of not visiting those things again, moving forward. Yes, beautiful. Let's see. I think of acceptance and forgiveness, unconditional love when I think of grace. Beautiful, Amanda. Yes. Yes. And to give other people grace, to have grace, to give ourselves that grace, well, that also falls into mercy. Have mercy on others. But grace, grace is bestowed upon us, and we get to bestow grace upon others too. There are no perfect people, there are no perfect circumstances, but there is a perfection in us of forgiveness, of grace, of mercy that we can actually live by. So that is really powerful. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Acceptance, forgiveness, unconditional love. Yes, all of the above for grace. Anyone else want to make a comment on grace before we move into our process? And I'm going to look one more time while I'm waiting. Grace. When have you experienced grace in your life? When do you feel you've experienced grace in your life? Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put it in this way. Grace. Let's see if this comes up. I'm looking for these words. All right, let's see if I can get my hands on that. So yes, let's see, Janice, feeling the love and the awe of the divine through grace, right? Actually, was going to say divine grace as the title for today. I decided to put grace up, but divine grace, the divine through grace. And Reverend Datra, I put this quote on. Reverend Datra Hansel taught me, and I spoke about this last week, so it came up bubbling up again, the ease of grace. So grace brings ease. A lot of people say ease and grace, but grace is what brings the ease in all circumstances. To have grace in circumstances that may be difficult will bring us the ease. So I give her that quote is, you know, something that has stuck with me. Sometimes people say something to you and it's good and it makes sense and it really resonates. That really resonates with me. The ease of grace. The ease of grace. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read you another quote. And this quote, come not to discuss the words of others, but to listen. For the sacredness of every moment, divine grace is telling you alone all that is required. So, this divine grace, it's giving us a message, it's telling us we're going to be okay. It's saying you're going to be all right. But what we know is we're already all right. We're already okay. This grace is our comforter. It soothes us, it calms us, right? And so that's Jean-Pierre de Caussade. Pardon me if I did not pronounce this name correctly, but the quote is beautiful, right? And so I thought that would be a beautiful quote to share with you. And then I want to just add this while we're here. I'm waiting for a few more responses. This is, I just want to put Reverend Datra. She made her transition. She passed away a couple of years ago, Hansel. And it may be more than a couple of years ago. Wow, time is something. And the quote is the ease of grace. I mean, when someone pulls you aside, she actually pulled me aside. There was an office at the original Agape. Well, not the original, but Agape. It was in Culver City. And I was doing something. I think I'd given a message. She would always talk to me after I give a message. She would give me feedback. And man, she was just so beautiful. And she said, the ease of grace. I want you to know, she actually stopped me, looked at me, and said, it is the ease of grace, the ease of grace. Wouldn't you love to be carried by the ease of grace consciously? Because if you consciously know that grace is carrying you, that grace will carry you through anything, then we are different. We're different in knowing that grace is here, that grace is available to all of us. This beautiful thing called grace. So I'm going to show that one more time. The ease of grace. Simple. The ease of grace. Reverend Datra Hansel. Thank you, Reverend Datra, for something so simple yet so profound. On that note, there's someone who's commenting, and we're going to tap in. Christina, giving myself grace as I'm raising children and I am not perfect parent, resting in the gentleness. Yes, to be gentle with yourself. That's grace. Beautiful, Christina. Yes. Wonderful. On that note, let's go into our process. Let's go into this process. Now, I am actually I'm going to move into a meditation on grace. And it's going to be, this is just coming through, everyone. I do a love meditation. Some of you know it. And this is bringing grace in. So we're going to breathe in grace. Okay. So the inner breath, when I say inhale, we're going to breathe in grace and we're going to exhale. And then we're going to breathe in and then we're going to exhale. So I'm going to ask you all to be comfortable. Some of you may be laying down. Some of you may be sitting up. It'll be great if you're in one place rather than trying to do a bunch of errands while we're doing this. Dedicate some time to this. I've dedicated this time to you. Dedicate time to this pause. All right. So let's get still, everyone. Let's get still. Let's pause in this moment. And let's allow ourselves to be still and know that the presence of God is in the midst of us. And so just allow yourself to sit or lay down. Imagine being held in the hand of the Creator. Imagine being held in the hand of God, that you're completely supported in this thing called life. Let the sounds carry you deeper within. As we inhale and exhale, we inhale through the nose, exhaling. Inhale through the nose, let it go through the throat, through the lungs, deep into the body temple, and then exhale. So let's inhale grace. Imagine inhaling grace. And let's exhale worry. Inhale grace. Exhale guilt. Inhale grace. Exhale shame. Inhale grace. Exhale anger. Inhale grace. Exhale doubt. Inhale grace. Breathe it in. Exhale worry. Inhale grace. Exhale and let go of mistakes and misunderstandings. Inhale grace. Exhale and let go of anything you want to let go of. Let it go. Tap into grace. As you are washed in grace, as you're breathing in this grace, the grace of God, the grace of the Creator, the grace of higher power, the grace of Most High, the grace of Yeshua. As you breathe in this grace, allow it to take over your entire body and feel this sense of relaxation. Trust as if you are being held in the hand of God. You're being held in the hand of the higher power. You're being held in the hand of the Creator. You are fully supported in this thing called life. It is by thy grace that you live. And now let us ask 3 questions. What is the nature of grace? What is the nature of grace? What does it feel like as my life? What is the nature of grace? What does it feel like as my life? What is the nature of grace? What does it feel like as my life? I want you to feel into grace. What grace feels like. Imagine living your life by grace, what it would feel like, how you would move through life. How would your life be as you live this life by grace? Smile on your face. Yes, contemplate your life, living it by grace. Yes, smile on your face. Divine grace. Next question. What is the nature of grace? See with your inner eye. What is the nature of grace? What does it look like as my life? What is the nature of grace? What does it look like as my life? What is the nature of grace? What does it look like as my life? Imagine your life is lived by grace, this sweet, holy grace, the grace of God carrying you, the grace of the Creator carrying you and sustaining you and maintaining you. Divine grace. What does it look like as your life? Let's breathe into that. Inhale through the nose. Breathe in that grace. Inhale. Inhale. You're living a life of grace. You're feeling it. You're seeing it. Now let's speak it. What is the nature of grace? What is the nature of grace? What does it sound like as my voice? Smile on your face. What is the nature of grace? What does it sound like as my voice? What is the nature of grace? What does it sound like as my voice? Feel into that grace, that sweet, holy grace. See that grace. Now speak words of grace, words over your own life of grace. God is my grace. God's grace carries me and sustains me. Speak these words. God's grace uplifts me. God's grace goes before me and makes my way easy. Speak the words. The ease of grace is within me. I am sustained by the grace of God. Speak those words. Let's breathe the words. Inhale through the nose. Amazing grace. How sweet the sound that saves and sets us free. Grace saves and sets us free. Grace saves and sets us free. Smile on your face. Yes, grace. Let's go into deep gratitude, grateful for grace. Grateful for the grace that has carried us. Grateful for the grace that goes before us. Grateful for the grace that sustains us. Yes, 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 yes. The ease of grace, may it carry you. May it sustain you. May grace maintain you. Yes, yes, yes to grace. I want you to feel that energy. Feel the energy as it flows throughout your entire being. The ease of grace. Grace carried me today. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And so we're grateful for the grace of God that carries us and sustains us, the divine grace, this holy grace that is here and now. How grateful I am. Grateful for the knowing that God is your grace, that God is the grace that is goes before you and makes your way easy, that the ease of grace is active right here, right now, right where we are. God's grace is. How grateful I am for this knowing and this awareness. Grateful, grateful, grateful. And so I acknowledge grace. Acknowledge grace. We acknowledge grace. We bring our attention to grace. And we know that consciously we make right choices and right actions. Yet grace still goes before us and makes our way easy. This is what we claim in this now moment. Releasing this word unto law, we let it be. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. Sweet holy grace. Ashe. Amin. Hallelujah. Now let's do a holy Om, the sound of God. Inhale through the nose, the sound of the universe. And so it is. It is so. Ashe. Sweet, sweet, holy grace. So, yes, yes, yes. So, is there anyone? How are you feeling right now? What are you feeling with this grace? Let's see. Rick, good to see you, Rick. Yay. Blessed for the grace filled moment with you all. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Yes. Let's see. In all your humanity, you are the perfect parent for the souls that have been entrusted to you. Oh, that's so sweet. That's to Christina from Amanda. And Amanda gave you some love. Yay. Wonderful. Christina. Now, Rick, we got Rick and Lenoris. Grace goes before us, making all crooked roads straight. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that, Lenoris. Sandra. All right. Sandra is in the Heart Club, the Green Heart Club, sending us hearts. So, any other thoughts on grace? Any insights on grace? The ease of grace. And I'm looking to see here. I'm going to see if I can find this before we go. Okay, so let's remember Amazing Grace. When I hear that song, I change the words. Amazing Grace saves and sets us free. You are no less than divine. Therefore, there are no, I can't even think of the word right now because I so omit it from my mind. But we are free in this grace of the Most High God, right? And the original song says, a wretch saves a wretch like me. There are no wretches here. You are not a wretch. We have made mistakes. We have had misunderstandings. Let grace wash over you right now. Allow grace to redeem you right now. Allow grace to carry you right now. The grace of God to sustain you. Grace goes before you right now, and go and make those mistakes no more. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful practice. Yes, it is. I feel so grounded. Thank you. Thank you, Mama Ree. Thank you. Thank you. Doula extraordinaire. Grace and compassion and abundance. Yes, 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 Susan. You have all caught the vibe. See, so free and cared for. Yes, Grace. Yes, 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 Christina. Oh, precious Grace. Beautiful. Oh, let's see, Susan. The writer of the song felt like he was a wretch because he was, okay, yeah, I kind of know. Susan, I got you. That's why we aren't going there, right? We're staying in. We are free. Saves and sets us free. Hi there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. We are just closing out. Anyone else want to share? Remember this. Feel free to double dip. And some of you do share this. You share it to friends and loved ones. I ask that you share. Is there anyone that you know that needs some grace right now? Share this with them. Yes? And thank you, Susan. Susan's good with information. Yes, and I'm very much aware. A lot of these old songs were not the best, but there is a understanding that once you tap into metaphysical understandings, we can change the meaning of so many things. So thank you, Susan, for the insight on the original writer of the song. So on that note, I think we're complete. I wanted to spend a little more time with you, but you all feel complete and in the grace. I'm going to check and see if there's any more. I was not able to find Unity's rendition. I'm going to look one more time of that song, Unity Church's rendition of Amazing Grace. Let's see if one more check here, because I would love to read it all to you, because I love the way they transform and transmuted the words of Amazing Grace, the song, in writing. And in my I used to be a member, I still consider myself that when I go back to Boston, of Christ Church Unity in Boston. And we had all of the songs in our songbook in the pews. And it was just so beautiful how Unity changed some words. So let's see. Amazing Grace to align with their theology. These changes. Yep. Okay, here's a change. Save and strengthened me. Amazing Grace saved and strengthened me. Let's see if there is another. Yes, so that one was, I remember it as saved and set us free. That's another translation as well. And I'm trying to see if there's any other parts of the song. But when you get a chance, or when you hear that song, you get to now change the words of the song, because there are no wretches here, okay? And Unity is wonderful. You are correct. Yes, I went to Unity Village in Kansas a number of years ago, and it was just profound. It was just beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. I spent a lot of years with Unity. And I spent years with Universal Foundation of Better Living in Chicago, Johnny Coleman, who came out, the first African American to graduate from Unity. So I had a lot of the Unity teachings there. And then Reverend Everett Officer, my minister in Boston, I had a lot of I had the Unity teachings there at Christ Church Unity. So I really am familiar, and I love the way they changed the words of these songs that could really claim us to be worms of the earth, but we are of the earth, but we're the butterflies, okay? On that note, everyone, I'm going to check out tonight. I just want to say peace and love. The people in the establishment, we get to come together. I'm going to give you a hug. You have been saved and you have been strengthened by grace. Yes. Okay, so I'll see you soon, everyone. Have a wonderful evening or morning or wherever you are, whatever time it is. Just tap in and feel free to double dip. Peace and love.